I don't want to brag or anything, but I finished a jigsaw puzzle in a week. Said 2 to 4 years on the box. Hello and welcome to Assorted Meeples. I'm Phillip the Meeple on duty, and today... So I've been talking about my collection a lot, and today I thought I would just throw out there for everybody to see what I actually have. So I'm just gonna scoot over here a little bit, let that scroll by so you guys can see it. And as you can see from the title of this video, we're going to be talking about the games that I have bought, have on my shelf, and have never played. Why? Because I thought it would be a fantastic time to do, and hopefully allow me to explain. Yeah, there's no explaining what I have. At least, yeah, explain in my brain why I have them if I have never played them. So, hopefully that list has scrolled by. Of the 170 unique titles that I have 46 that I have yet to play. So we're going to just start going through this. First one on the list is 77 Ways to Play Tenzi. I've played the ever-loving hell out of Tenzi, but I've never cracked this lid open and got it to the table. Now, that is primarily for the fact that this came with we did a Tenzi video, and the publisher reached out to me and Heather and said, hey, we can send you more stuff if you would like of our stuff. And we said, yeah, and this was in there. So we just haven't got around to doing it yet. We probably need to sit down with our children and just do it. ALDR, the High Stage. I have bought this. It is in with the rest of the Element. Like, I've condensed it down into the Element Silver Edition box. I honestly, this is supposed to be kind of a travel size game set in the same universe. Again, I want to play it, I just never have. Apples to Apples Junior, my wife picked up because we got 4 littles, and I have a hard time playing party games anymore. I have enough really good games that party games just don't do anything for me. Barbarian Battlegrounds, Tales of Barbaria. This is a great one. I've set it up, I've looked how to play it, I've read the rule book when I first got it, we just never played it. Heather really loves the first one, I do too, we just need to get it played. It looks like, when I read the rules and I had it set up, I was looking at it going, this just feels like if Barbarian Battlegrounds had another 6 months, year of development before they released it. So I'm very curious about that one. Picked that up at Gen Con. Bees, we found on clearance at Barnes & Noble. Picked it up because it was a really good price. Haven't got it to the table yet. Watched a video on it, on how it plays, and it looks really good, but it didn't make the 10x5 challenge. I put together a long list of games and sent videos on how to play, and me and Heather sat down and watched them, and it just did not make the cut. Bristol 1350. This is a game that requires multiple people. I love Facade Games because they make their game boxes look like books, and they're very pretty. I love the concepts of theirs. Bristol 1350, you are in a carriage with a bunch of people trying to get out of Bristol before the Black Plague takes you. Yes, Meeples, I'm aware I should bring that game because it is right up our alley. I have Can't Stop on here. I have a physical copy. I have never played it. That's why it's on here. Otherwise, I've played a ton of it on Board Game Arena, and it is a fabulous game. Century Endless World, the Gollum edition of New World. I own it. We have not even got it to the table. I haven't even read the rules because I knew Heather would want it. And we've been playing Century Golem Edition on Board Game Arena, and it is a lot of fun. Charterstone was one that we found on clearance that I was not expecting to buy when I bought Bees as well. Didn't expect to buy either of those. And we haven't sat down to do the campaign yet, because it's a legacy game that you need to build and play together. We just have not got to the point where we're playing any legacy games. Now, when we finish our 10 by 5 challenge, if we finish it early, it becomes a question of, well, what do we do? I think it either comes down to the fan-created Marvel United campaign, where it's got the huge map and it looks really fun to do. Or I think Charterstone's on that short list too to get. Citadels is a older game, but I bought one of the newer collections where it's all shoved together. Again, that requires, for a better gameplay, it requires more players. And no, I haven't taken it to the Meeples yet. It is a classic, and a lot of people still play it. There are games in that vein, but I'd have to play it to really tell. Dandelions, by All Play. Heather had bought this one when she was out in California because she knew Board Game Tables put out good games, and she thought it looked really fun. We have not got it to the table because of reasons. Like, we don't slow down much. And sometimes after her 12-hour shifts, she just doesn't have the mental capacity to do that. Or during the week, we're doing stuff, keeping caught up on life. Deadwood 1876 by Facet Games. Again, requires multiple people to play well. I bought all of these because I really wanted to support the producer and keep them producing games. I want to play all the games in their series, so at some point I'm going to have to arm wrestle the Meeples into playing all these games, because they all sound really fun, and they all sound like our normal chicanery thrown in there, where you have a lot of good, where you have to work together, but at some point somebody's getting a knife in the back. Moving on down to Dogfight. Dogfight is a 2 to 4 player game where you are dogs fighting in airplanes, World War I airplanes, biplanes, and you're working as a team, but you have to table talk as you move and position your plane, because you have a pilot and a gunner. And this is a first time Yarn Mail games, first time they produced a game, and they knocked it out the park. Gorgeous components. They were a little late on delivery, I think, but otherwise top notch. My only complaint with it was the biplanes that they produced. So you can have these biplanes that you're moving around on the boards, don't fit fully constructed in the box. And that's the only negative that I have of that one. Imperial Spells in Steam. I just got this one, so I don't even feel guilty that this is on the shelf of shame or opportunity or whatever you want to call it. For me, it's a shame because there's 40 games on my shelf that I have yet to play. I wanted this one for a while. I just wasn't willing to pay the price tag. I found it at half off, so I took that deal. I want to get the rest of the content and go from there. Era, Medieval Age. This is a dice select, or it's a roll and write, but you're using 3D pieces on your board to build it out. Very cool concept. It's very light. And it kind of went on the shelf before me and Heather got a chance to play it, and we were really busy at the time. So that's why that one didn't get played. A Game of Thrones, the board game, 2nd edition. I have all the content that I'm aware of. And again, this is one that requires people. And we haven't set up to do a long haul game where we're going to ruin friendships. Although I want to, and I do want to play Twilight Imperium. We just we don't have the time in our lives. Me and Callahan's families would probably murder us if we were like, hey, we're going to go play a game for 12 hours. See you later. I can't say that. Nefetella? I don't know. This one is Viking chess, and I bought it because it's a gorgeous display piece, and I want pieces that I can put out on a coffee table and things like that. That's why I have a good set of Trio and a few other games, the Gigamex. They're all very gorgeous display pieces that I want to eventually get out where people can see them. King of New York. I picked up King of New York in a lot of games that I bought from a local. A lot of really good games in there. I paid $100 and I got probably $200 to $300 worth of product. And we have never sat down and played it. I haven't even looked at the rule book. I just love having all the monsters at hand. I'm itching to see if I can't get all of my King of New York and King of Tokyo regular editions all into one box. That way I can get rid of some of the shelf clutter I have. But that requires a lot of reworking the boxes, and I'm not sure how I would do that at the current moment. King Domino. I haven't played this. I wanted to. I've kind of looked at the rules, but again, me and Heather busy, so we just haven't got there. I know it's a good game by Blue Orange. That's very popular. Just haven't got it to the table to see what it's like. Nemo's War 2nd Edition. I just found this one as well, and I couldn't pass it up for the price tag, although this is batting way at the contender weight where I'm going to have a nosebleed by the end of the game. And I'm not sure I will ever win, though watching the solo gameplay or solo play group I'm part of on Facebook, it's not common for everybody to win all the time. Anyways, I have Phase 10, which is an older game. I have never actually played Phase 10. I don't know the rules. I just have a deck because you get those games as gifts. Pokemon Labyrinth, we bought this for our daughter this last winter, or for Christmas. We have yet to get it on the table. I want to. Pot de Vin. This is one that requires 3 players it's a set collection game, and I have yet to get it into the Meeples to play. I got it in a set of 3 with Spirit of the Forest, Rolling Ranch, and then that one from Thundergriff Games. Rolling Ranch has left my collection because it just was never getting played. Spirit of the Forest will never leave my collection because it is a fabulous game. And Pot de Vin is been borderline for a long time, but I want to try it before I decide to get rid of it because I love the look of the artwork, and I do like set collection games. They're really fun. Primally Awakening. I have the main box, and then UPS currently has possession of my expansions and all the extras that come with it. Just got it. Haven't got all the content. This is a high priority for me to start learning how to play because it looks so fun. I love the concept. I was a late backer because at the time I didn't have the funds. I got the funds. I paid for it. Rail Riders Infinite was a cheap game that I picked up used for like $10, I think, and I haven't played it. I've read through the rules. The concept seems solid enough. I think this one would have done much better had they given it a little bit more time to incubate and become a good game. That said, part of it was also to buy for the minis, to have good minis to work on mini painting with. Rallyman Dirt and GT, I bought the base copies because screw you, Holy Grail games. That's why. You could have told us there was danger before and you chose not to. I'm not bitter. I just haven't got the physical copies. I've played it on Board Game Arena. I haven't played the physical copies of either of them yet, which that's coming quickly because it's on my 5x5 challenge for solo. Rapture is a 2-player game where one person plays the dinosaur protecting her babies, and the other side plays the scientist collecting said babies if they can. Salem 1692 is about the Witch Huts by Facet Games. Again, need more people than I currently have on hand a lot of the time. Scholars of the South Tigers came in this year, and it is a little bit heavier. Me and Heather do try and get through all these because she loves the artwork. They get very draining because she has a harder time learning the rules, and sometimes I have a very hard time grasping the rules to clearly understand how to do it or how to play the game well. Sheriff of Nottingham's second edition. Same problem goes in with this one. I just don't have enough people. It is a bluffing deduction game that has had a very long life cycle. The first edition ran for quite a while. This one's been out for 4 years now. Skulk Hollow, I have not played Skulk Hollow yet, but we did get to try Mall Peak, and by the end of the first game, we got a better idea of what was going on. So now we need to get on that for our 10x5 challenge as well. Sky Team I bought and have read the rules. I have not hit the table yet with it for the pure fact that, again, time. Only so many board games hit the table with Heather. Sky Team looks fabulous. It is working together with people, with your partner, to get a plane on the ground. You can talk when it's not time to roll and allocate dice. Once that happens, you're not talking to each other. You're just putting dice where they should go. Slapsy, another one I got from the producer with Buildsy. I just haven't got to Slapsy yet. It looked interesting, and it had an interesting concept. We just haven't got there yet. Sweet Mess, I just bought this yesterday from Geek City because they announced that they had it in, and I originally wanted to buy this game from the original Kickstarter. That Kickstarter went to hell in a handbasket, so I'm kind of glad I didn't spend my money there, but it got picked up by Pika Games, Fantasia Games, and completed and delivered, and now it's at retail or where people can get a hold of it. Terraforming Mars, Ares Expedition, another one, found it on sale. It has got so much hype that I couldn't pass on it at a really good deal. I want to try it. I've never played Terraforming Mars, so I'm going in with nothing as a basis. That's pretty clever, and twice as clever. Bought at Gen Con, cheap rolling rights. Need to sit down and learn the rules so I can play with the family, see if we like them. And then at that point, it's whether do you want to pick up the other ones as well. Tic Tac KO, Dragons versus Unicorns. I also have the Cute versus Evil expansion. So I have 4 decks for this game. It's not, like, the rules seem pretty... You're playing tic-tac-toe and you have the ability to kick people around and you're trying to get 3 or 4 in a line to win the game. It is what you expect from Turtle Tea games or the Unstable Unstable games. It's easy, cute artwork. That's it. Nothing crazy there. Tiny Epic Tactics. This was one of the first games I kickstarted. Yet to get it to the table because I haven't got... I've read the rules, never got Heather to it. And it's one of those, like, it takes a little bit to set up. I have to refresh the rules, have to figure it all out again. There are a bunch of different ways to play, and I just need to do it. Tiny Epic Vikings. Just purchased this one because I saw it on the shelf and I had the money. This is, I mean, what they were saying is basically Tiny Epic Blood Rage, area control, good things like that. Figured it'd be a good one with the Meeples. Haven't got it there yet. Tokaido Deluxe Edition. Now, I've played the digital version a few times. I know how to play it. It was a good price during Christmas sales. I went ahead and picked it up. I want to play this game against the Meeples because this is the most zen, like Tokaido Duo is right there too. Like they are the most zen games. They can also be the most cutthroat games that you're not being purposely, like, angrily mean at each other. You're just like, no, I'm going there to ruin your day. Have a good trip. Tortuga 1667. You are in a boat trying to get the most gold in your boat with other people and be captain of that boat. And you are kicking each other out and around and all that. Absolutely fabulous. Facet games. We need to get these games to the table, Meeples. Undaunted Normandy, North Africa, and Reinforcements. I have these. I've read the rules. I've yet to set it up. But being that I've played 4 of my solo games so far, have, as you can see in the background behind me, I have the second game of Seven Wonders Duel, which I finally want a solo game of that. But Undaunted, great card drafting or deck building war game, and I really love the concept and the simplicity of the game. Vikings Gone Wild, I found this for a really good price. I remember this right when I first started looking into the hobby board game space. I just wasn't backing on Kickstarter at the time when this did its first campaign, and then I think it did a second campaign as well, and I still wasn't backing at those times, so it was before my time on Kickstarter. It looks fun, and it's a very much a take that and all that good jazz sort of game from that 2015 era that had a lot. Ooh, I got one more page here. Way of the Panda. Yeah, I know, I forgot. Way of the Panda. I picked up for cheap because I had seen it, forgot about it, saw it for sale for a ridiculous price, and was like, I have to take that. And it looks like a mediocre game from Simon with fairly decent production, but insert is a travesty. Wayfarer's Tale. I bought the print and play version of that one, and I have yet to print it off and get it played. Again, time and constraints, and my work shelf has been just it's basically a dumpster fire under everything, and I need to get it finished up, straightened up, and going again so I can start creating print and plays, because I enjoy the process of making the games. That is the 40-something games that I have in my collection that I've yet to play, and I need to get on it. So I now have the list in front of me so I can keep tabs on which games I need to play and I need to get to the table. I did not include, like, Marvel United. I've played it. I haven't played all the content there because that's an insane amount of content. If I've played the base game, I didn't say, like, oh, I haven't played the expansions, because it's hard to get some of the expansions out and on the table. Heather likes the base games, like on Bunny Kingdom. She likes the simplicity of the first game without the cat bunny in the sky. There's just a lot more going on. So you play to the strong suits, and that's all I really have. So how many games are you guys sitting on your board game collection that you have not played in comparison to how many games you have in your collection? I figure at a third of my games, even a little less than a third of my games, about a quarter of my games haven't been played. That's too many, and it's no longer an opportunity. It's a damn shame that I have not played all those games yet. So let me know down in the comments below, and we will see you guys next time. All right. Bye.
If you like what you just saw, please support us by hitting that like button and subscribing to our channel for more great gaming content.